Hello guys, this is Sanjay Shenoy from Team Digital Deepak and welcome to this brand new video. This video is part 2 in the series of how to perform a thorough SEO audit. In the previous video, we learned how to perform a crawl of your website using different tools and ensured that all the numbers that are coming from all of these tools are similar if not the same, and if it is not the same, if it is more than what you need to be doing, if it is less, what you need to be doing. And using Bemis Up, we also figured out all the information that we can extract from the website and what you can make of this information. So let's find out what else can you do in a SEO audit. So I'm assuming that by now you have finished the crawl and you have done it through multiple tools and sources. And once that is done, we move on to the next step of our SEO audit. Now, once you have all that information, you need to check for the title, meta, and all the other header tags. So you need to ensure that not only are they well within the stipulated length, do they have all the keywords, and also are there even meta descriptions or title tags or the header tags in all of the pages that you're trying to rank for. So this is what you need to be checking for. You need to do this as manually as possible. You can do it with a filter in Excel, or you can do it manually if you want to. But when it comes to the homepage, ensure that the homepage is the most well optimized page on the website. So what you need to do here is you need to do a manual check on the homepage. If you're trying to rank the homepage itself for any of the keywords, then this is extremely important. But if you're trying to not rank the homepage and the homepage is basically a collection of all the articles on the blog, it is fine. But regardless, it would be a good idea for you to optimize the homepage as much as possible. So you need to ensure that your main keywords are there in the title, your main keywords are there in the meta description. A lot of people might say that this is not necessary, and it is true in a certain way, but what I would say is when you put the keyword, it kind of gets highlighted in the search results, and when that happens, it might increase your CTR, and CTR is definitely a signal for better rankings in the search engine. So try to use the keyword in the meta description also. Obviously, it goes without saying that you need to be putting it in the header tags, the H1, H2, and even H3 if necessary. So H1 is mandatory, H2 is H3 is optional. So all of these things, check it out, especially on the homepage. It needs to be done properly. If the homepage itself is not done properly, then there would be no point in doing so. Check out all the URLs, and if they are of the correct length, and if they are unique, and if there are duplicates, ensure that you remove it. We will go into further depth in terms of how to check for URLs. Here what you need to do is just check for the length. For now, just check for the length. If it's too big, see what you can do about it. And once you skim through all the URLs, what you will observe is that you will find a lot of unwanted URLs also, which you might want to take it out of the whole system. Very importantly, what will happen when you do this is that you might see that there are certain keywords which are much better than the other keywords, that the keywords that you've already been using in all of these pages. So if you want to do another round of keyword research, please do it. So this might really be a good time for you to do a good keyword research. Especially this is very useful if you are pitching it to a client. So for example, one of the first clients that I had in my entire career was an insurance client based out of the US, and he was trying to sell insurance, and keyword that he was using on the homepage was cheap insurance. And basically, after doing basic keyword research, we figured out that using affordable insurance, which basically says the same thing, makes a lot more sense because it had a lot more volume and it had much lesser competition there. So we went with that, and that ended up with us getting much more traffic than it was. So things like this. So you might find opportunities in the existing websites itself wherein they might have optimized for the wrong keyword, and which is why they might be finding it very difficult to rank for those keywords. So do another round of keyword research, do another round of competitor analysis of all of these keywords, and see which is the best keyword that you need to be going after, and if you are going after the best keyword at all. And when you do this, keep like a side by side comparison of what it already is and what it could potentially be when you do the changes in terms of keywords. So these are the main things that you need to be doing once you have extracted all the information from BeamersUp. So I'll just quickly go through it again. You need to do a manual check of the homepage and ensure all the tags are right, including your title tags, meta tags, header tags, alt tags, everything. And check for the length of the URLs. There might be URLs which you don't need, so mark them out, take them out. And also look for opportunities, see if the pages that are optimized for the right keywords, and if it is not, it would be a wise idea for you to perform another round of keyword research. The next part is something that you've already done, but we'll do it again just to ensure that everything is in its right place. It's the index sanity check, and it's just to ensure that whatever appears in the Google search results is absolutely spot on and there is nothing wrong that is being shown to the public, and especially any negative comments or reviews that is standing out as a sore thumb. So the first thing you'll be doing is a site operator search of your entire website and seeing what are the kind of links that are being indexed. And definitely you can control this by de-indexing links that are not required at all in the first place. And also how many links are being indexed, and that we have done it in the previous step already. Also, you can do a quick duplicate content check. So the way you do it is take a paragraph or take a line sentence from your website, put it in quotes and do a Google search. If there are any other pages that appear with the same text, that means that there is a duplicate content issue and you might have to like fix it thoroughly. To do this on a large scale across the website, I have another method which I'll be showing it to you in the future, but for now doing this quick check, especially for the homepage, is absolutely necessary just to ensure that no such duplicate content issue arises. Just a heads up, don't choose something that is or don't do a search for something that is existing in every single page, like the address or something like that. So don't do that. Obviously it will show a duplicate content issue even otherwise. Do a brand search. If you have a website which has a big brand out there, you might want to scour for any negative reviews or negative comments being spoken about the particular brand. And also what sometimes happens is for brand related searches, a lot of websites like your Mouth Shut or restaurants, for restaurants it would be Zomato or anything of that sort, will show up, and you want to be sure that whatever is being shown for this particular brand is proper and appropriate and the way it needs to be. And also check for your Google reviews, which we have spoken about in the local SEO chapter. Ensure that the ratings is fine and the reviews are also fine. If it is not, see how you can fix that. Also, like we have spoken before, de-index any unwanted pages. There might be certain pages which is being indexed by Google, which might absolutely be unnecessary for your entire website as such, or you might not want any kind of traffic to be coming to that particular page. So do an index sanity check, ensure all of this ticks off, and then we proceed to the next step, which is the URL check. So you have a list of all the URLs from your website, from BeamersUp and from other sources. Now what you need to do is that first things first, you need to ensure that all the URLs are short and user friendly. This serves a lot of purpose. One, it is much easier for people to remember also if they need to remember it. Two, when it is appearing in the search engines, it appears really nice. Three, when you're using keywords, all the keywords are being shown in the search results and Google also picks it up. So you wouldn't want unnecessary parameters in the URLs and making it really long. If that is the case, go to WordPress, go to settings and change the structure of your posts and the way the URLs, the permalink structure and the way it is shown. The most easiest permalink structure is post name itself, and ensure that while you are putting in the post name, it's not too long. You can always edit it in your WordPress panel. So ensure that all the URLs are short and user friendly, and to the ones which are not short and user friendly, make it short and user friendly, and do a 301 redirect for all the URLs, because then these might be URLs which are already indexed in the search engines and you might have already built links to. Obviously, ensure that all of the keywords, all of the URLs have keywords, especially the pages which you are trying to optimize for. If they don't have the keywords, ensure that you insert the keywords in this particular thing. What you can do is, if you can't insert the primary keyword, if it is too long, then you can go for secondary keywords or much shorter versions of the keywords, and you can use definitely get rid of all the stop words like and, of, the words like this. So the stop words are not necessary. It can only be the actual keyword in the URL. So this is a debate that a lot of people have, and it's always a good idea to have subfolders versus subdomains. So subdomains is considered as a completely different domain, both in terms of indexing in the search engines and also while passing link juice. So a subfolder would look like www.yourdomain.com/ whatever folder it is, but a subdomain would look like subdomain.yourdomain.com. So that is considered as a separate domain in itself. So you would not preferably want to be using a subdomain, and whatever, if a lot of times this will happen wherein a subdomain is used to host the blog rather than in a folder. So this is not recommended, because if the blog attracts a lot of links, it will not pass on all the benefits of those links to the main website. So you wouldn't want this to happen. It's pretty stupid, and you would lose all the backlinks that you have built unless you're like redirecting your subdomain folder itself. So this happened to me while I was working in a startup called Thrilophilia, where the blog was unintentionally hosted on blog.thrilophilia.com, and it picked up a lot of traction before it became too messy for us to even move it to a subfolder instead from a subdomain. So don't ensure that something like this does not happen to you while you're starting. Only make sure it is in subfolders. Subfolders are basically categories in terms of WordPress. So do it like that, and try not to use subdomains. It just complicates things further. Use hyphens and not underscores. So Google absolutely hates underscores because it's like not user friendly, and it kind of like masks the underscore itself. So it is definitely not recommended for you to be using underscores, but use hyphens where necessary instead of underscore. So this is basically what you'll be doing with all the information that you have. In the further videos, we'll be talking about further more in-depth analysis of the website. This is very crucial. Without these particular checks, although it might seem tedious, it might seem monotonous, but this is where you find the real issues. This is where you find out what actually is happening with the website, and these small changes itself can have a monumental impact on your search engine rankings and your search engine performance itself. So ensure that a lot of people will overlook this, saying that this is too simple, this is too easy. But trust me when I say this, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. This is where you can fix a lot of basic errors and have a significant impact on your search engine's performance. So that's it in part 2 of how to perform a thorough SEO audit, and hopefully all of you are actually going out there and performing an SEO audit on either your website or your client's websites or any website for that matter. Just go out there and play around with it. In the future videos, we'll be playing around with a lot more tools and going a little more in depth. I hope this video was very useful to you. Let me know what you think about this video. You can either share your thoughts in the comment section or send me an email at sanjay@digitaldeepak.com. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing you in the next one.